Okay, so I'm on my way to the Musicians Institute in LA. Feeling pretty good about it. I think the last 2 weeks has shown me some interesting things. The first blog, as I mentioned before, was basically to give me some motivation to get moving with this whole project. And I think definitely having a deadline is a good thing, because the idea of the book has been floating around in my mind for the last few months at least, and I always have other things going on, and so I haven't been able to dedicate any time to it, and I didn't really know where to start in terms of getting ideas together and forming how I would present them. So scheduling this clinic at the MI gave me a deadline, which meant that I had to get some material together. The second thing, I was originally thinking of winging this talk, because I kind of know what it is that I want to talk about. I know the concept, I know how it works, I've shared it with individuals, and I just thought, well, I'll go in and talk and, you know, make it up as I go along and it will be fine. And in my head, that sounded like a good idea, and it sounded like it will be easy. And then I was reading a book by Chris Anderson, who runs TED Talks, talking about talks and presentations, and one of the things he quoted, I think it was a Woodrow Wilson quote. Woodrow Wilson was asked how long it takes him to prepare a speech, and his answer was, well, it depends on how long the speech is. He said, if it's a 10-minute speech, it might take me 2 weeks. If it's a 20-minute speech, it might take me a week, and if I can talk for as long as I want, then I'll start now. And I thought that was a pretty good point, because obviously I was expecting it to be 10-minute talk 2 weeks, 20-minute talk 4 weeks, but the point is that to be concise and respect the time of the people who are listening to you, it takes some work to trim out the fat and know what you're going to say. So that made me think perhaps I should put a little bit of preparation into this talk. And I think there's an analogy that can be drawn between public speaking and playing music, and the difference between composition and improvisation. So you could argue that if I'm going to play a drum solo, for example, I could argue that, well, there's a good reason to play an improvised drum solo, because it'll be interesting. The audience will be getting a different drum solo every night, and it's going to be interesting for them. It'll be exciting for me. I get to be creative and I get to explore different territory. What that misses is the fact that it might not be very good. So composition, I think, is basically just the evolution of improvisation in many ways. Obviously there's many situations where improvisation is a very good and valid thing, but if it's the audience that you're thinking about rather than the musician, if they don't know whether it's improvised or not, then in some ways you're guaranteeing them a better experience if you are playing something that's been composed, at least to some extent, rather than completely improvised. So the idea of me going in and just talking for 2 hours on a topic without any real structure, or without having gone through it at all, because that was the thing, I was going to go in and just talk and then just see what happened, and I thought it would be fine. And then I thought, well, I can kind of test this assumption by just pretending like I'm giving the talk while I'm in the shower, not for 2 hours, but you know, I could sort of decide how I'm going to introduce myself, and then how I'm going to talk about what it is that I'm going to talk about. And very quickly, within like 30 seconds, I realized that I wasn't quite sure of the best order to put the points in. And so I started jotting down ideas in a notebook, and then realized that, well, is it better to put this point here or there? And I realized that I hadn't fully formed the idea in my head. So I started doing some slides, Google Slides, just to sort of say, well, what if I said this first, and then this, and then this? And that really helped me to organize my thoughts. So the last 2 days have been spent spending a lot of time doing that, and now I have this full slide presentation that I'm going to give, and I don't know if that's common in drum clinics and masterclasses and things, but we'll see how it goes. But if nothing else, it's really helped me to structure my ideas, and it's a definite leap forward in the direction of getting the book together, and it's given me more appreciation of how much work has to go into this kind of thing. It's hard. So yeah, the deadline thing made me get working on it, made me prepare, And the fact that it was a deadline and it's got an end, which is today, means that I can relax tomorrow and not think about it for a while until I set my next deadline. So they're my thoughts as I'm driving to the clinic. I'll try and get a little bit of footage and get some feedback from the students, see how it goes. And yeah, so see you later. Now we hit the traffic, and this is not typical Los Angeles weather, I have to say. So currently looks like I'm going to arrive at 10:30 and the talk starts at 11. I gotta park, I gotta get in there, I gotta set all the stuff up, so couldn't it fine. Hollywood Boulevard. Trying to find where the institute is. Oh, there it is. Musicians Institute, Hollywood. Let's see if they'll let me in. Okay, back in the car after doing 3 hours at the Musicians Institute. So the beginning turned out to be a little bit of talk about polynome while we waited for some more people to turn up. And then I did the presentation on the key counting method, and then just chatted with the guys afterwards. And it was very good fun. I'm soaking wet because it's raining really hard in LA, which is unusual. But the whole thing was pretty good. It seemed to be very well received. It was fun, so hopefully I'll get to do some more at some point. Just wanted to report back that it's good. I feel like I can have a little rest now. Go and play some drums in a band for a while.
Hi, my name is Joel Sauer, and I study drums at Musicians Institute in Hollywood. I just took a class from Joe Crabtree about the key counting method, and it's really exciting, revolutionary new method that will change the way you count and feel odd time signatures. And anyway, I'm gonna go test drive it in my lab right now.
Hi, I'm Zach. I'm a drum student here at Musicians Institute in Los Angeles, California. I just took the key counting method class from Joe Crabtree. I really think it's gonna revolutionize the way we think about odd time signatures and how we understand them.
Hi, my name is Mike Babbitt. I am a student here at MI. I just took the key counting class with Joe Crabtree, and I just want to say for all serious drummers, this is an incredible a way of studying odd times that will help you be a better drummer in a lot of ways, and it will take you to a new level of taking your drumming into more of a musical environment where you can use it and deliver.